All right, we are live. What is going on? Welcome to the Dunkin Virtual Music Series. I'm Adam from KC101, and in here today we have got AJR. What's up, fellas?
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. I love the production value on this. This is so cool.
You know what? It's the best that we got. I mean, you know what? The Dunkin part is good. Me just banging the counter wasn't as
I
good.
was really talking about you banging.
All right, so I remember way back, this is a long time ago, probably 7, 8 years now. You guys were on your first promo tour. You came to the real Dunkin' Music Lounge. We didn't have COVID. We didn't have any of this crap going on. And you performed I'm Ready. Now, your stuff now sounds a hell of a lot different than I'm Ready in the background with the little I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready thing. Tell me about the evolution of AJR. Like, how'd you guys end up from that point to where you guys are now? You guys have had huge, between Sober Up and Bang, two big hits at Alternative, and now at Pop 2.
That's a really good question to start off, definitely.
Yeah, I think it was very organic, honestly. I think at a certain point after I'm Ready, we started thinking more about lyrics. I'll get like deep into our mindset. We kind of realized like, okay, I'm Ready was this platinum record, and yet nobody was coming to our shows. Right, we did tours and nobody really came. So we started thinking like, what's missing here? And I think we started diving deep into lyrics, and we made an entire album, The Click, about writing songs about topics that had never been written about before. And that was kind of the goal of The Click. And we quickly saw that there was a fan base for that.
People wanted to see the person that was saying these things that they were relating to so much. They wanted to almost put a face to the lyrics. I think that's why they showed up, and they're like, oh, wow, I like this.
Yeah, and that's where songs like I'm Not Famous and Weak and Netflix Trip, which is about The Office, like songs like that came out. And then after we realized, okay, that's probably AJR's sound, right? That's the thing that we can say that nobody else is saying. We started developing it from there, and we wrote the next album, Neo Theater, after that. And that had stuff like Dear Winter and 100 Bad Days, a little bit deeper versions of these songs that had never been written before. And now in our new album, I think we're going even deeper and deeper into these feelings that we've had that we feel like have never been talked about.
It's weird you mentioned that because I've talked to artists before that have been like, man, I've had 5 hits on the radio. I've been streaming a ton, but I still have nobody coming to my shows. And then you have people that have the opposite. They're not on the radio, they're not streaming, and they have a ton of people kind of show up at your shows. So I think that was really good on your guys' part to be like, yo, you know what? We've had some good success. We've had, a song that people have been like, okay, this is good. I want to listen to it. I want to hear more from these guys. But you kind of made that transformation and evolution to kind of get to the point where you're at. So you got the best of both worlds.
I think so. I think the goal is to have both, to be able to appeal really hard to your cult fan base, but also get everybody in some way, get some mainstream audience that enjoys listening to your songs. I think we'd love to get both.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I might 100% be remembering this wrong. One of you was in high school when you guys were on the initial promo tour. Is that correct, or am I making that up?
Yes, that was me. I was in high school.
You were still in high school. Okay, all right. I want to make sure that I remembered that correctly. Just because I remember how cool it was, for you guys to come in and back then performing and just seeing 3 brothers actually doing their thing was sick back then. And to have you guys be here today doing it too is awesome.
Thanks so much. It really doesn't feel, and I think it was 7 years now because it came out like 2012 or 13, and it honestly doesn't feel like it's been 7 years. It just feels like we've just been having fun. So
it feels like you've just been kind of going along.
Yeah.
So you guys, we were talking about the shows and talking about people coming out and doing your shows. So I know that you guys did a drive-in show in, I believe, Philadelphia a couple weeks ago. Tell me about that because I've heard about, especially from the country format, people doing the drive-in show, doing the drive-in theater thing, but I haven't really gotten to see what that experience is. Tell me a little bit about how it was from you guys and for the fans that showed up.
It was strange because, and I said this on stage during the show, but I said there's such a rare, if ever, moment where the fans and the artists are doing something together for the first time that no one's ever done before. I don't think that's ever happened before. So we got on stage and obviously we saw a lot of these, cars parked and they were all kind of separated and people were kind of huddled in their trunk together listening to the music. So immediately there was like a 20 minutes of like this hump that we had to get over. Okay, no one's really going to be screaming back to us. No one's going to be dancing. They're just going to be listening to the music. So we had to like get into the mindset of just treat this like a regular show. So once we passed that and like we got to like really take a look at the audience and notice that they were smiling and clapping and realizing that they got to do something fun for the first time in like 2 months, then it was like, okay, this is like why we do this. This is such a fun night, But other than that, it was like a big hangout as opposed to a big party, which is like its own fun thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So mid-show, like when you guys were doing bang and it goes like, and go out with a bang, did everyone just start beeping their horns or how did that go?
I think that like people were a little afraid to beep their horns in the beginning because I said this on stage too, because like up until that moment, beeping a horn has only a negative connotation of like, I don't like you, get out of my way, you know? And then I think like halfway through one person did it and then it became like a monsoon. Everyone was doing it to show their applause and we welcomed it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's one of those things where, again, like you said, you've never done it before, they've never done it before, so who the hell knows what you actually are going to have to do or not do.
Right, and there was actually kind of a fun, aspect to that. And it kind of put us on the same level as the fans, which is something that we try to, keep consistent.
Absolutely. All right, so I know you guys are going to perform. Are you guys going to do one song or two? Well, how's that going to go?
How many do you want?
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm down.
We're going to do two for you. We're going to do
All right,
our
awesome.
song Sober Up first.
Cool. AJR live right here in the Dunkin Virtual Performance Lounge.
Cool. Let me get this ready here. All right. Easy. All right. This is our song Sober Up. Won't you